Big chat window. You guys don't deserve that much space. Excuse me. Holy bounce today, ladies and gentlemen. What the hell's going on? Market is up pretty big today. Realized I'm on Windows again, so I can bring Thinkorswim back to the situation here. So nice bounce in the markets. And my real stocks, okay. Just making sure I'm actually streaming on the right account here. Real stocks, okay. Alright, so apparently a big run up overnight. A huge move higher. Wow, looks like space has come all the way back down. Down to earth. Oh man, looking at all of our oldies but goodies down here. Zoom down 6%, definitely a counter trade. Why do I have no chatters in here? I know you guys are around. Usually when I have no chatters, I screwed something up. Tesla up about 12%. Come on. Click the button. This thing is slow. Alright, Tesla almost at 500 now. Getting there pretty quick. Big ups this morning. Could today be our follow-through day, ladies and gentlemen? Well, no, the day count starts over because of the undercut yesterday. Why do I have... If anyone's watching, please chat just so I know this is at least working. You don't even have to say anything good. I just end up streaming to myself for about 10 minutes before I realize no one's there. I have audio? Looks like I've got audio. Looks like I've got video. Oh, there you are. Adventurer's Way, howdy. Alright, nice to meet you, sir. Rob, okay, cool. Huge up in the market today. So let's go to our... Well, we have a couple things to look at here, as a matter of fact, because we've got different lists now, because I'm on different... excuse me, I'm on different platforms. We've got our stocks list, so wins up 18%, plays up 32%. Wow. I guess start layering in a little bit more if you guys haven't gotten long already. Layer in a little bit more. These are big moves right here. Zoom down 10% is probably just as telling as all these up. UL up another 18. Delta Airlines, EXIV, Play, Win, Royal Caribbean. So all these really beaten down ones. If you guys haven't already tried to take positions and you're interested, you may want to consider taking some positions. Told you yesterday, buy all this stuff. Yeah, well, I was already in my stuff yesterday. Didn't add anything, though. And this morning, we're getting a beautiful bounce in the markets. Oh, there we go. That's how we do that. All right, so let's take a look at the top down. So I'm back on Thinkorswim because I'm back on my Windows computer. NASDAQ up tremendously, almost 6%, which is massive. Space, which was a recent winner, right back down to where it started. So if you want to load up on some space, I don't know if that's a one-time pump. It could be a one-time pump, but could be a secondary opportunity for an entry at this stage of the game now. That much excitement in the markets is usually a little bit suspect. but maybe we've just had really good news or something. I just woke up. I really have no idea. To be honest, feels a little bit fake. No, isn't it too soon for a bounce? Not like we have a vaccine on our hands. Well, the markets bounce prematurely, and like I said, as soon as they see any light at the end of the tunnel, they're going to jump. Any light. Now, this could be short covering too. Keep in mind, could be short covering. The market has been able to stabilize down here for the past, week or so. Oh, this is much nicer. We had yesterday, which could be considered an undercut and rally on the Nasdaq. I never really considered that yesterday, but now that we're here having a pretty good bounce, I'm willing to entertain that opportunity. And well, I guess possibility, whatever term you want to use for that. I like Tesla up 11%. Up near 483, that's pretty good. Starbucks. Basically, entire bounces have been wiped out. I mean, we're still not super healthy. You don't have to, well, at least right now, it doesn't appear that you have to be jumping into this market. But again, I think nibbling is probably good. AAXN, look at that, bouncing off our very long-term trend line. Didn't really go much under it, oddly enough. I missed you, watch list. MongoDB, look at that. Looks great, Eli. Looks fantastic. Ring's bounced back significantly. It's well past halfway from the drop. Boeing's up 25%. Okay. AVGO. Mentioned yesterday how cheap everything was. Ooh, look at Visa. Visa with a huge volume day yesterday. 30 million. That is big. Again, just nibble buy. I don't think too much has changed from the past week that we've been saying that. But at least at least here what you're seeing is a little bit of reprieve from the deep sell-off. Did we get a mandate from the Fed that they were going to buy every equity in the market overnight? Is that something they did? Because that I would believe. AAXN, Ring. I'm going to go back to, now that I got so much stuff in Trading View, in terms of our recent watch list. Apple pulling back those gains from yesterday, actually exceeding them because it looks like they closed up pretty good. Q's up 6, UAL up 20. The EXIV is up 16%, so that's doing the body good. Play up 36%. Wow, my option's almost in the money. Almost. Talk about a decimated stock. And then I thought I had Boeing up here too. Guess I can add it real quick. Yeah. Boeing up with a lot of them. Actually, I talked yesterday about buying as it went over this local high. It looks like it did later yesterday. Ended up closing almost right at it. See, there's so much I like about TradingView, and there's so much I like about the other one. But yeah, right there, we closed just under it, but we were able to get up above it for a little while. I was building tree houses. I really wasn't doing anything to partake, but I know I would have probably added to positions if the market had this type of a look to it. And honestly, I hadn't looked at it since. Busy yesterday. The Qs had a nice little rally. Nothing to write home about, though. And then that candle right there. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. Looks like on the Qs, we basically have a ceiling right here at about the 186. And maybe we're going to form a broadening bottom. I wonder if that's a thing. Excuse me. So really, I'm kind of excited to see the market open and so well this morning, up 5%. That's pretty good. We'll see what happens, though. Like I said, If you want to layer in, that's fine, but maybe layer. We said layer in on the legs down. I didn't layer in any more. 35 for play. Come on, get to 15. Maybe I'll actually be able to afford something with my gains. Should be up pretty good by now. I bought when the stupid thing was like 6. Which means I'm flat. And then it means fuck you options. That's what it means. EXIV. The inverse play to the VIX, which is, I think, really a good play to make. You can see here the huge gap up in these inverse plays to the VIX. Trend lines breaking. We drew a couple trend lines. Didn't look at them too much yesterday, but the day before we did, and the day before that. And even the day before that, we've been on top of these for several days now. And they've been doing really well. All right, so far Q's loosely holding. We're off the highs of the day, but not doing too bad. In terms of sectors, I'm not sure. That's something good to take a look at. Futures limit up on stimulus hopes. That's always good. Japan delays 2020 Olympic Games. Sounds reasonable. 4 teams of the GE3M on mask and ventilators. Cool, they could all go bankrupt together. Oh, Gilead suspends access to coronavirus drugs. So some not so good things about stuff here today. Nation's biggest employers hold up in coronavirus crash. Gold rallies as Goldman sees inflection point after sell-off. What does that mean? Rallying with risk assets. Bankrupt together. Actually, you know, it's funny. I was in the shower last night, and there's a Lil Wayne song called "A Milli," and it's it's like one of my favorite songs he's done. And I was thinking that should be like a trilly, a trilly, a trilly, a trilly, and just weave the Federal Reserve in there and just make a song about it. A trillion here, a trillion there. That's funny. I couldn't find anything to rhyme, though. I was going for it. I'm like, I don't know. The Federal Reserve's not a really rap-friendly topic of conversation. Not that anyone would understand what the hell I was talking about anyways. You guys got to come up with lyrics, and then I can work it in. This guy's saying buy gold, which means Goldman Sachs wants to sell gold. Anytime Goldman Sachs sells anything, punch them in the face. All right, so speaking of which, let's go look at gold. I've got a lot of charts here, apparently. I didn't realize that. We got GLD. All right, up 5% today, so that's a significant bounce in GLD. That's a huge move in GLD, actually. That's going to make Ray Dalio's portfolio feel happy. I don't think that man exits positions after, a 10% drop in gold. I don't think he's that kind of a guy. All right, pulling in a little bit here. Come on, play. Come on, play. Get me in the money. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what I can do now is I can look at... Aha! Yay, I can look at stuff. Okay, 15, 370. What did I pay? I don't remember. It was like $1 or something. So at least I'm up. That's good. Let's see what it was 4 days ago. 1, 2, 3. No, 3 days ago. So March 19th. Yeah, usually I can come up with lyrics and they'll just pop in my head, but not with this song. It's too weird. Yeah, so I paid like it was like $2 and something. Yeah. I think it was $2.30. So not even a double. Screw you, options. Seriously. Should have just bought the underlying asset. I'd have been up 100+%. I bought it like right there. Something like that. All right, Tesla, 470, hold good. Yeah, so it's a nice gap up this morning, but we really just have to, we got to wait and see how it reacts. Again, I think nibbling's okay. I don't think you run into the hills right here with everything you've got. We don't have a follow-through day yet, not to mention this is a gap. And as you saw on the way down, gaps don't necessarily mean a whole lot. So don't get too excited. But if you have positions and you want to take a profit, that's not the end of the world. If you have a position and want to hold it, I think that's okay too. Yesterday reset the day count. The QQQ undercut barely. Yeah, it did reset the day count. Let's see what the big picture has to say about it. Oh, come on, come on the Real Crypto profile, that's why. Yeah, pretty clear undercut right there, so let's just double check. Unless it didn't undercut on the S&P, because either one can have a follow-through day. They don't both have to have a follow-through day. Dashing hopes for a market bottom. Yeah, stock made new lows right there. So, okay. They're already confirming. Also, S&P and Nasdaq Composite undercut last week Wednesday low, so the brief advance that began that day is now all gone, and the market is back to square one. Makes sense. At least it makes sense. I have hopes in the world for that. Like I said, I mean, we're down significantly in the market, so UAL up 20% isn't even necessarily a big move considering how much is possible to go up. You're still looking at about 150+% before you're back up in big levels. So again, leveling in. I'm sure we'll come back down, visit the 20s in UAL. Planet Fitness, I don't have a position. I probably want to. I'm a little. Someone's up 90%. Although I guess Dave and Buster's was kind of my play. And look, it's doing really good. It's doing really good. But yeah, I was thinking about Planet Fitness. I probably should have bought the same day I bought Play. Obviously, that looks like it would have been a good move. But yeah, a V bottom to this seems a little bit strange. It would be very strange, I think. But again, the market's forward looking. I mean, if they see light at the end of the tunnel, they're just going to start buying before you know it. That's why I think you enter just a little bit early. And like I said, these are some of the biggest gains you're going to get right here in some of these moves. I think when we were talking about Planet Fitness, it was up this is Dave and Buster's. It was up like 800%. So the light is a train coming. I see it, Daddy. Daddy, I see the light. Shut up, you little bastard. That's a train. Move to the side. A trilly. I'm going to make it work somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to make it work. MasterCard up 13%. Visa up 9%. Make a creative group? You're talking to the wrong people. I'm not very creative. Well, what you got in mind, Eli? I'm down for group work and anything. I like working in teams. Actually, speaking of working in teams, my entire family right now is working really good. We started a new YouTube channel. Not that you guys care, but if you guys do have any kids, we started the Wild Prats channel. I wonder if we even... Yeah, see, that's not even us. Oh, there we are right there. Wild Prats, Pringles Challenge. So, if you guys do have kids, do check out, just put Wild Prats in the Google here, in the YouTube Google. Hey, is that even a thing, YouTube Google? I think I'm going to make it a thing. Do we show up? There we go. 10 subscribers. See, we beat the crap out of this Wild Prats. Screw those bastards. Screw them. So there we are. Yeah, go ahead and subscribe. We actually did a cookie episode last night. I wasn't in it, but the wife was in there, so she did really good. Oh, who's this one? Bastards. Looks like I didn't fully check out our competition, but we're gonna blow them out the water. Screw those guys. Anyway, Wild Prats, check it out. Subscribe, at least for a little bit, just so it looks like we have some more subscribers. And you can unsubscribe in like a month. You don't want to see my family making cookies. Just do some funny stuff. Well, I was going to have real... Oh, Eli, you're right. It should have been real Wild Prats. Not like those other Wild Prats that aren't wild at all. We're doing blow in the daycare center. That's wild. Those guys aren't real wild like that. Yeah, we're real wild. I'm not gonna take that where it could go. This is a family show, even though it's not a family show. Discover Visa or MasterCard. Well, you said you bought some Visa yesterday, so you're already in a good spot there, Rob. I mean, dude, pick your poison. The whole market is like a free-for-all. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. It's really a free-for-all. Now, again, you don't back the truck up on everything. I do think you layer in, but these assets are cheap, and we're not going bankrupt, guys. I've never been a fan of the theory that, hey, coronavirus is here, we're all gonna die and need our underground bunker, and the one that we've been making fun of our neighbor for building for the past 45 years. I've never been a fan of that. We are coming back, so if you guys have patience and are willing to load up, look, in all honesty, I don't think there's going to be, maybe it's just I'm not sure what the chemical in my brain is that makes me feel good, but maybe it's just that. But, yeah, I don't think we completely dive into the dirt. If we do, I'll be a little surprised, and probably take some losses. Like, I'm ready for that, but in the end, like all the data I've seen, I think people are going to get sick and tired of being quarantined and not working and being broke, and realize that the people that the vast majority of deaths have been people over 50 with underlying medical conditions. They're just going to get back to fucking life and say, screw those people. I mean, I think it's just going to come down to that, even if this is a more prolonged quarantine. Again, 2 weeks at a time. But eventually people are going to get sick of it. It's just human nature. I mean, it's not Ebola. You know, your kids aren't dying from it. It's just not happening. You know, I think there's been one death under 18. Yeah, I think it's going to be that easy. But again, it's not going to happen tomorrow. When did Trump start his 15-day quarantine thing? Yeah, Trump already losing patience with fight against coronavirus. He's like your dad that's going to make you clean your room. When's the... Oh, coronavirus guidelines. March 16th. So 16th, we started the 15 days here. So we got another week to go before the president, in his infinite wisdom, looks at it and goes, are we good to go? So we'll see. Idiots going to spring break and on the beach. I don't know. All I know is that they're trying to quarantine. I'm with it. We're basically quarantining at my house. I'm not against the quarantine per se, but we can't quarantine forever. It's not like UK's in lockdown now. Really? Well, maybe that's why they're buying. Boris Johnson issues stay-at-home order. Oh, is this overnight? The U.S.? No, we don't go to lockdown. We're local quarantines. A couple local governments have quarantine, but you're not in quarantine. That's your lifestyle. You are not wrong. You are not wrong. Well, we are quarantining. But yes, I am more of an introvert than I am an extrovert. So I do tend to stay inside more. But I don't really leave the house every day and do stuff anymore. I'm pretty much down to like every other day, and the wife doesn't go out too much. And my kids, I don't let my kids go on trips at all. So we're basically quarantining. I'm just not, like I said, the past couple of days, I'm not crazy about it. Like I'm not scared, if that's a good way to put it. I'm just not scared. You can't scare me, coronavirus. I've had the flu 4 times this year. Try getting me, you little bastard. Speaking of which, let's go to YouTube and plug my Wild Prats channel again for the 4 people that are here. The CDC, actually, my kids came across it. They have a really good infographic video about COVID. And my kids watched the entire thing. I was kind of shocked. I don't think it was on my profile, though. CDC about COVID? Maybe. It was a cute little thing. Had a bunch of those cartoon characters. I don't want to see people. Kids don't want to see people. Especially no stupid official. Who's that douchebag? Slow the spread? No. Anyway, I want to find it. It was really a good video about COVID. It was very informative, done really well. I mean, it was great. Look at my history. History, we can do, I can just scroll down to yesterday. Maybe my other profile. It was really, really a good video. Live streaming. The kids were all over our Pringles challenge video. Where is it? See how germs spread coronavirus. Let's check that one out.
I've always thought if we could somehow just see the germs around us, everyone would be a lot more careful and we'd get sick.
That was before that one. Oh, here we go. That was the one directly after that video. So here it is. It's a very...
In December 2019, the Chinese authority...
Yeah, here it is. I'm going to give this to you guys. If you guys, watch it for yourself. I think it was a really good video. Very, very well done. No hype behind it. It was just, so I'm going to blast it on Twitter. COVID trending. Hashtag COVID-19. COVID-19. A great video on COVID. Hashtag get educated. Even though it's not a hashtag. Anyway, yeah, so that's a really good video. You guys should watch that. It's 8 minutes long. It's very, very good. It's a very good, very well done video. Oh, and it's Kurzgast. Oh, that's cool. Ela says Kurzgast. Oh, okay. I thought it was CDC. Probably because I just saw here and saw this CDC thing right here. But, yeah, I didn't know about that. It's super good. $11 million subscribers. Yeah, very good job. Okay, let me get back here. Got a couple of questions. A couple of good ones, too. Not those stupid questions I usually get. On days like today, I really should start my Crypto Asshole channel. Oh, yeah, I should. Let me, well, which profile? I don't, how do you spell it? Kurtz. Yeah. All right, I'll subscribe. There we go. Yeah, it was really well done. I was super impressed. Super impressed. Those guys are really great with these graphic things. I should learn to do that. What about just Real Asshole? I think I have that one already. Yeah, it is Real Asshole. Oh, it's Crypto Asshole. It should be, yeah, it should be Real Asshole. Yeah, I've got Crypto Asshole up there twice. Yeah, you're right. It should be Real Asshole. Although that could take an additional connotation, which I don't think I want to fight off. So I'll think about it. I'll think about it. All right, back to the markets. Yeah, and a couple good questions here. So I did miss Justin's comment. The country's latest total reports of 6,000 deaths, 10% deaths. Wow, that is pretty amazing. But now, granted, this was out of the president's press conference yesterday that I was watching or listening to in my car. They said this was mostly those elderly people over 50 with underlying conditions. So, yeah, drowning in your own blood. Yeah, I thought that was nice. Ever look at Activision? Nope. I did not. Wow, they're holding up pretty well, aren't they? They're not bullish or bearish. See, they weren't really getting that bullish to begin with. They were trying to, looks like, work their way out of a larger base. Holding up relatively well, though. I do, that's pretty obvious here. Holding at their 200-day moving average. They're not selling it longer term. So that one's not too bad. So you think it's the start of a V recovery, not a dead cat bounce? No, I said it's unlikely to be a V recovery. It's unlikely to be a V recovery. V recoveries, they used to not work. They've been working lately, like the early 2018 or late 2018, early 2000. That was a V recovery. V recoveries, by definition, according to IBD standards, don't work very well. But you see here, these V recoveries, this one's a form of a U. This one's a V. This one's a V. This one's a V. That's probably due to algorithmic trading. But they used to not be very healthy. I think they still don't consider them healthy. At least IBD does. But we do have quite a few V bottoms, especially out of these very, very deep bottoms. This one's kind of a W, a little bit like. But basically what I'm saying here and what I've been saying for the past week is just you can start to layer into positions. Right? Just layer into them a little bit. You don't have to get aggressive. You can see we're still under this 185. Looks like a prior pivot point that I have here. We're still under that, so we're still in a low area. We're likely to go back and revisit these 160s, 170s, the lower 170s. So I think it's good to add to positions, but I don't think you get all in down here. We don't have our follow-through day yet, so the market's still on edge. The follow-through day is, in my opinion, one of the better things that IBD has ever done. It's very, very good in a correction to wait for a follow-through day, which we don't have yet. Easily could take another leg lower. Easily could do that. I mean, the bounces we're seeing in stocks, though, are huge. They're massive. They're massive bounces. So a lot of times these end up being dead cat bounces, especially if there's no follow-through. So we'll see how the day goes today, but play Planet Fitness. Boeing's come in a little bit. They were up 20%. Now they're up 12%. Royal Caribbean's holding pretty well. So, we're doing okay. We're doing okay, but yeah, it's still time will tell. If London just went into lockdown, they're going to be locked down for 2 weeks. Yeah, I don't know about. Let's look at good coronavirus news. Won't take 2 weeks to deliver. Let's look at the past 24 hours. Fears mount over coronavirus-induced depression. How's that the first thing I get when I Google good coronavirus news? I get that as my first thing. Oh, 3 weeks for London lockdown? Gotcha. Little prizes sure. Good news about the... Okay, let's look at some good news. Here we go. The real situation is not nearly as terrible as they make it out to be. Stanford biologist delivering an optimistic take on the coronavirus suggests the rate of increase in number of deaths will slow down even more over the next week, he said in a note widely shared on Chinese social media. Won the 2013 Nobel Prize in Chemistry also said the number of deaths would soon start decreasing every day, ultimately nailed his call for a mid-February peak with a total tally of about 80,000 cases and 3,200 deaths. Wow. That's pretty good. Need to control the panic and we're going to be fine. That's what Wall Street does sometimes, is show control of panic early. Data doesn't support them. Doom and gloom epidemiologists have been warning about. Took stats from 78 countries with 50 reported cases. Clear signs of stalled growth. Light at the end of the tunnel. Strong anti-vaccine movement likely played a factor in the explosion of cases. Interesting. On Sunday, Federal Reserve St. Louis president said he sees the U.S. unemployment hitting 30% in the coming months as the world continues to grapple with the coronavirus pandemic. That seems overblown. By about 29%. So here's a Nobel laureate, which actually isn't getting a lot of news right now, saying that we don't look too bad right now, and that's kind of like I said, that people are going to get sick, authorities are going to get sick of quarantining everyone, and eventually they're just going to say screw it, things back up, maybe like 50 said, except for high risk individuals, but they're gonna open up eventually. And the market, like I said, the market is forward-looking. It reacts early, and we have a big reaction up today. It's not the end-all of end-alls, but 16% for the triple Qs. Not a bad day. Not a bad day at all. Keep in mind, you're looking for potentially, depending on when you guys bought, up to 200% when this gets back to all-time highs. Up to 200% increase on the Qs. Right now, it's still tremendous gains, 180 plus percent. That's spectacular gains. I mean, even if we FUD down here for a while, like I said, move a little bit lower, it's not going to be too bad. This is 30%. Oh, that's because I'm on the TQQQ. Like I said, playing the long-term game, thinking smart and not reacting, because when you're in these deeper situations, what you don't want to be caught on is the wrong side of this gap. What I mean by that is that you don't want to be short here, and now you're down, 16%? You don't want to be, you're down 16%. You don't want to be caught on that, because these gaps and these move-ups can be brutal and very, very quick. I would much rather buy the TQQQ when it's lower, especially, and hold it even through another downturn back into the uptrend, because markets will eventually go up. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. That they will eventually go up. Now, if you have a smaller position, that's much easier to digest. If you go all in today on the TQQQ, I guarantee you're going to sell at some point if we have another leg lower. It's just too much pain. It's just too much. It's kind of like having to hold, if you know you're going to be walking for the next 5 miles and someone says you got to carry some weight, you're going to be like, okay, give me that piece of pasta right there, right? If someone says you can have this piece of pasta or this 45-pound weight, you're not going to go for the 45-pound weight. you're going to want to be as light as possible. So, have some exposure, some that's going to suck if you move down, but isn't going to force you to close your positions. And then when it's lower, you can add to those positions, lowering your cost basis. But if we do turn around here, right here, you could find yourself up 10, 20, 30% up before you know it, and are even convinced to get in. So you want to get in start to get in a little bit when it's a little bit uncomfortable. If you remember back in 2018, we talked about kind of layering in as well. Now we did have follow-through days over here. If you remember, there's a follow-through day here, follow-through day here. I think a follow-through day over here. But we were actually even buying on these dips. I don't remember the exact days, but we were buying on some of these dips. Now this is a different situation. We've already crashed this entire way down. We're already crashed. But if you would have bought any of those, you'd have been profitable and just fine and gotten yourself a nice discount. A little bit, a little bit, a little bit, a little bit. If you'd have bought a little bit down here, your cost basis would be, probably around this middle one right there. And then if you thought we were bottoming here, you could have bought a lot more because you still have cash available, and then you buy more on the way up. So you end up with a good median cost basis. If you would have waited for a follow-through day, which would have been here, you probably would have been stopped out. And then I think your follow-through day was actually here. This was your follow-through day that actually was the last one. And you would have waited a little bit for that. But again, right around the same cost basis. So each strategy has its pluses and its minuses. But I think having a small long position, especially in some names that you really like I said, I bought Tesla. I think my cost is $390 on it now. So, that's fine with me. I don't mind. I'm up 25% right now on Tesla. I don't mind. So I'm good to go. And I still have cash. Play 42. All right, get to 15, you little cheeky bastard. Planet Fitness stalling. For some reason, Play's coming back pretty good. I wonder why. But that's looking really nice right there. Royal Caribbean. I did like the move in the Marriott the other day and how high it was off of the low. There it is. So stalling a little bit today, putting in a small base in here. But we mentioned yesterday this was significantly off of the lows. The sell-off was huge, 70%, crazy. But Marriott basically has a form of a monopoly on things. So, all right, guys. So there's the market. I think I'm going to get out of here. So we're bouncing. We're not rallying through, though. It looks like we'll see what happens the rest of the day. At some point, though, we are likely to come back and retest. I don't think we V-bottom out of this from here. Like this, I don't think that's our future. Let me delete that in case someone thinks that's our future. I don't think that's our future. If it happens, that'd be fantastic. Like I said, I've got some small long positions in. If it doesn't happen, I'm happy holding through some more calamity, and maybe I'll take a hedge to the short side or something. Do I like IBM as a stock? Not specifically. Yeah, I don't really have not really. I actually read an article on how they botched Watson. So there's the weekly chart for IBM. Yeah, what's their edge? What's their edge in the economy? Let's take a look at that. Will soon launch 53-qubit quantum computer. That was almost 6 months ago or so. So I haven't heard much about that, so I can't believe it's very good. Doubles its quantum computing power again. This was in January. Thanks, advertisement. What's the number? I don't know. You know, actually, one of the leader in quantum is Google. Google is a leader in quantum computing. I have a feeling a lot of these internet companies are just going to take over some of these hardware businesses too. They're just so profitable. They literally, I don't think there's ever been a time in history, maybe the Industrial Revolution, where there's just so much margin in this stuff. Dividend stocks, as long as they can support the dividend. We actually did that screen for that 2 days ago. I don't think we did it yesterday. About high-paying dividend stocks. Some of them were up there, man. Some of those for dividend. This is for people that chase dividends. I mean, that is insane. Yeah, so here's some nice dividends. I mean, there's some really nice players here. But obviously, some of these are going to be oil plays, which the oil environment, I'm not sure if I would be jumping into an oil environment right now, into an oil stock, because of just they're probably going to end up cutting some dividends. But some of these are amazing. But there's also something called the special dividend, which some of these may be special dividends. But what I'm looking for is there's going to be an outlier somewhere that's just going to be like, okay, you know, we're good to go. What is that? Oh, it's an ETF for energy. Newspapers at 92%. That's got to be a special dividend. Asset management, 83% dividend. Not sure what the... Oh, market cap's only 40 million there. So, yeah, going to market cap, making sure that they're sustainable. You want anything over $1 billion or over $2 billion. So there's Oxy, which is an oil play. We've been following that with a 32% dividend yield. Oxy is an independent oil and gas company, so they're going to go off of oil, which is still super depressed. Oil is not the market, and the market can bounce without oil. To be honest with you, it can, but oil stocks like Oxy aren't going to do garbage. They're going to do nothing. Oil. See, I wish I could get rid of a sector. I'd get rid of anything oil and gas related. Telecom here, that was 22%. Whatever Vion is in the Netherlands. That one's not bad. A telecom name, usually pretty steady dividend yields. That one's a 22%. I don't think they're bad. And I mean, if you can find a really good bargain, this would be a good dividend shopping opportunity. Here's a conglomerate with 22%. That 8 billion market cap. That's pretty good. ET with a 12 billion market cap. I would stick with larger market cap businesses if you can. In fact, let's just sort by market cap real quick. Exxon with an 11%. Royal Dutch Shell 15%. Royal Dutch Shell likely would be a good one. They could cut the dividend a little bit and really not be too bad. EDP, oil and gas. BBVA, foreign regional banks. I don't know, maybe. I don't know much about foreign regional banks. Life insurance at a 15% dividend yield. They're not going anywhere. I mean, if you want to get 15% on your money, see, especially for a life insurance company, that is super overblown. They're not going to pay a lot of extra policies with COVID. I think this is severely overblown in life insurance businesses. Like Berkshire Hathaway is probably overblown a little bit. So what is that? ING? Life insurance in the Netherlands. Were the Netherlands specifically hit by COVID or something? Industry. How about insurance? They gotta have insurance. Insurance brokers. Let's try that. Okay, never mind. So you can see here, there's definitely some potential that ING Life Insurance Company, BBVA is a bank, Dow Chemical with a 10.5% dividend yield. It's amazing. So yeah, if you're chasing dividends, you're going to get some really good dividends. I mean, again, I'm not of the thought that we're just going to tank and never bounce back. Prudential Financial, from 43. Look, that's a great one right there. Because keep in mind, you're going to get that yield at 11%, and you're going to get the stock appreciation on top of that after we bottom out and finally bounce. Ford's got a 15% yield. I don't know. I think Tesla's going to murder a lot of these car companies in the upcoming years. ET, Energy Transfer, that's a 25% dividend yield with a $12 billion market cap. So a reasonably large company. Yeah, I don't think Amazon has a yield. Nor a tax liability. They don't even pay taxes. Annaly Capital Management. I don't know why you're getting sold off, but $6 billion with a 21% yield. Woo! Not too mad at that either. So there's some opportunities out there. OKE, gas utilities. That's a utility, which isn't bad. I don't think you want to be too mad at utilities. From 80 to 20. What? That's nuts. Just too much here to look at. There's too much to look at here. I understand a lot of stocks. Tesla's factory is suspended. Maybe Chinese one is restarting, but overall doesn't make sense right now. What doesn't make sense? The market bounce? Or Tesla bounce? Ooh, Tesla's up 15% now. They're up more. Keep in mind, guys, the market's forward-looking. It looks forward. It doesn't look right now. I mean, all the factories are shut down. You got to keep that in mind, too. All the factories are shut down. They didn't explode. They're still there. The second everyone walks in and they hit the start button, it's going to start back up again. So, market's forward-looking. Light at the end of the tunnel. Space, the final frontier. Already up 60% from 10 where it was a few days ago. We weren't looking at it, but I think could be some long-term again, I'm thinking longer-term opportunities here. I'm not thinking short-term bounces. I don't think Tesla is going to see 700% or 700 in a month. I don't even think it's going to hit 600 in a month, to be honest with you. But I think longer term, start slowly leveling into positions. I've already got my slowly leveled in positions. If we end up rallying super hard, I'll be caught with part of my pants down. Of course, part of my pants will be up. I always say, and I've been saying this for years, guys, if you're going to be caught with your pants down in public, it's at least good to have them at your knees. Okay? Been saying it for years. Rob knew it was coming. You mentioned CHK, and my mind went blank. I don't want to say blank with rage was the right way to put that, but definitely blank with questioning of was Rob doing that cocaine that the Wild Prats were doing in the bathroom a little bit ago? I think that kind of thing. So what's your argument, Eli? I understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. But I also understand how the stock market works. And the stock market is very forward-looking. If you're playing apples to apples here, which we are basically with the market in a huge correction right now, in a huge bear market, apples to apples, Ford versus Tesla, do you have to wait before factory production is back up again before you buy? No, it's a market. You can buy whenever you want. And right now, it's kind of running. So, you loosely want to be involved at the lower prices. And I'm willing to wait. I got 390 Tesla. I'm okay right now. If you go to 350 Tesla, I'm buying more Tesla. Now, you're overthinking it. It's too much thinking. You're a smart guy. Don't be so smart. Stocks are... it's funny. We look at the institutions, we think they're smart. They're not that smart. They just have all the damn money. But they're not that smart. They're forward-looking. They want to get in when they get in, and you have to get in when they get in. Otherwise, you're just slow in the water. 6.3% Tesla is actually going for it right now. At 500, we could have a little mini move here. Carvana's got to be decimated. Oh, yeah, all the way back to 25. Look at that. That's where you belong, Carvana. You and your damn spinning car wheel. Zoom down 15%. My goodness. That is it's an awfully large hit. Look at that overnight pop. Someone took it home at 175. They don't feel too good today. Kiwi Regeneron. Talk about my long-term trend lines here. Regeneron still up there, hanging around, not doing too bad. How's Beyond Meat? It was so funny. I saw a picture where all the meat was gone except for Beyond Meat. That's hilarious. SQ? Rob, we're still super far down, dude. Don't play that game. Don't play the I wish game. Don't do that. There's no way to win it. Just play the hand you're dealt. We're still super low. I mean, we're elevated right now on top of this range. This could be an area where we stall, but the market's up 6.5 and seems to like it. But yeah, there's going to be another pullback. I mean, the coronavirus thing isn't done. I do think there's going to be a couple more things. This could be short covering. This could be early buying, but they're going to pause the buying and likely bring the market. Unless that's what they've been doing here. Is this appears to be more of a sell-off than. Let me go back to trading view here. If you look at the Qs and you look at the intraday stuff. Look at my volume aggregation tool. Oh, there we go. Look at the buying down here. Ooh, that's actually, I didn't notice that. A lot of selling coming into here. And look at my VA tool. Bam, bam, bam. And then we get some selling in here again, so the buyers are drifting away. Then we get a gap up. So that's a little intriguing right there. That's interesting. So buyers are getting a little bit heavy and sellers are drifting away here on my. Let's go to the 1 minute, see how weird it looks. One minute's not too bad. All right, but we are coming up to a potential stalling area in the indexes right here at about. It seems to be kind of an angled level. I'm looking for horizontal, but I'm not getting it. I'm getting this. I'm getting that line, which we're about to come up to, so we'll see if we stall. See if we stall or not, but this is why I said it's good to have these lower positions down here, guys. Again, just nibbling. I didn't tell anyone to go heavy. You don't go heavy down there. You just get some. Ooh, play up 50. We had $15 in play. I win. Yes. All right. Let's make sure I'm at least break even. $15, $4.50. All right. Maybe I've doubled. You piece of shit. But the ask is at $8. So, the last was $7. So that's good. So I'm probably up 200 or 300%. Remember that was an 800% options play. Rob's cool with me using his cocaine. What do you think we used for the real Wild Prat videos? All of Rob's cocaine. I'm not using my own. That's stupid. Royal Caribbean up 40%. Ooh, whoa, look at that. Look at that volume. Royal Caribbean. Wow. That's super. Look at the ZIV, which is up 17%. Getting out of these lows here. That's a pretty nice bounce right there. EXIV. It's a nice day today. What else am I going to say? It's a nice day today. You got Tesla at 500. Looks like a stalling candle right there on the 15-minute time frame. But yeah, we had $15 for play, so I'm just happy on that alone. Eli, we used it all on Tuesday. It was all gone on Tuesday. It was an old video. Hey, what's up, Sratra? got? What do I want to see here? Check out Slack for a second. Bull flag on S&P. What's up, Casey? Where are you, Casey? We were just, oh, hold on. Eli was just saying how much he missed him. I'm not going to say that. No, I'm a dirty old man. All right. Planet Fitness still only up, still a long way to go in Planet Fitness, guys. 100% gain in Planet. There's a lot of good names here. I want to say something real quick. If you guys are here and listening and not just, BSing like we tend to do, and we have fun. We've got to have fun. It's just too bland of a topic, even though I love stocks. Guys, we're here to make big percentage gains. That's why you're here. Okay, you're not here to be right. You're not here to know, using Rob as a fun example because he's fun. We're not here to know when a good time to buy Chesapeake is. We're not here to know when a good time to buy Square is. We're here to make money. It's the only thing you're here to do is make money. That's the benchmark that we live and die by. That's what we first got involved with. You don't get involved in stocks to be right. You get involved in stocks to make money. So when you have a depressed situation, right? And I'm not telling you to buy right now. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you need to be mindful of these are very good values in a lot of these assets that will be back. And maybe it's 2 years. Maybe it's 3 years. I don't know. Could be 3 months. It's really hard to say exactly. But when you find really good prices on really good assets, which right now everything is cheap, you want to get involved. Because Planet Fitness is a leader in the fitness space. Okay? They're going to go back up eventually. You're going to get 80, 90, 100%. If that takes 2 years, you've got, very, very loose math, 40% annual compounded, right? We talked about EXIV when it was much lower here. You're talking about 600%. Doesn't have to go all the way back. You get 300% maybe in a year. Maybe in a year. We're here to make money. We're not here to be right in each one of these. We're not here to be right in the Tesla trade and right in the Square trade and right in the Apple trade and right in the Microsoft trade. We're not here to be right. You're here to make money. Okay? We're not here to guess what the Fed's going to do. You're here to trade the market. So the best thing to do in these situations is find assets that are very undervalued, which they've been. Buy some. You don't have to, like I said, you don't load up your account. Although you can, if you say, you know what, Randy, I really want to buy United Airlines, and I want to load up at 20. Obviously, we're not at 20 anymore. I'm going to be like, that's fantastic, because guess what? Your whole account is probably going to be up 200% in some point in the next 18 months. So that's a significant increase. And that's why this is so powerful. Same with the TQQQ. At some point, we'll be back up towards highs, eventually eclipsing them. Eventually. That's 185% from today. So, I don't know when that date is. I don't know if we're going to have a leg low or not. I think good money management says you don't go all in right here, but you at least start to take positions. Because no matter what's going to happen in the next 2 months, we're talking weeks here in terms of the coronavirus. UK's in lockdown for 3 weeks minimum. Okay, maybe it's 6 weeks. Maybe it's 9 weeks. That's okay. Because in 6 months, 8, 9, 10, 12 months, we're going to be higher again. So you get in a little bit, because I could see the market, and I said this the other day, I could see this being the bottom. Absolutely. I could see this being the bottom, and it's starting to move back up again. I can see that in the cards. Everyone's pretty much in lockdown now. The market has been knowing what's happening now for a number of weeks. Nothing's new. It's not like we're going to find, now all of a sudden the United States has 8 million cases of coronavirus and it has a 50% death rate. That would be detrimental. That's the next shoe to drop, but we're not getting that. So don't forget, you guys are here to make money. You're not here to, you're just here to make money. So we have very cheap assets. I'm happy with my Tesla buy, especially because I'm up a bunch. I'm happy with my other buys that I've made. And I'm like, okay, what's down the most that is likely to come back? EVIX, that's not staying at 90, whatever this is.
It's not staying down here forever. It's going to eventually, we're going to get less volatile. When we're most volatile is when you buy these inverse volatility funds. Okay? So you're here to make money. You're not here to be right about the coronavirus and the timeline. You can do all the analysis you want, but guys, we have some of the hardest jobs. We have to be the analyst and the trader. It's hard to put one hat on and one hat off, and it's hard to wear them both simultaneously. So put your analyst hat on, forget trading, and do a little bit of analysis. Maybe make some notes or shout out here in chat and just yell at Rob, because that's always fun to do. And then take that hat off and then say, okay, let's look at this analysis. How are the markets going to trade it? Because my job is to make money. I need to keep my trading hat on more than my analyst hat. So my trading hat says we're super cheap. Market has failed to go lower. Even in the midst of a lot of bad news, a lot of stimulus news is coming in. The Fed says they're going to buy everything. I'm going to start layering into positions. We've been talking about that for the past couple of days. So that's pretty much all I want to say, guys. You're here to make money. You're here to make these percentages. You're not here to be right about when you should buy. You're here to actually buy and just make a profit. So, like for me, I like Tesla. I bought Tesla. But you know what I've never bought in my life? This EXIV. I've never bought Dave & Buster's in my life. The risk reward in these two for me at these low levels was too good to pass up. Absolutely too good to pass up. And I listened to myself and I didn't. I didn't pass them up. Now look, welcome to volatility. We can roll over tomorrow and I could be negative in both of those positions. Could be negative in Tesla too. Could be negative in my TQQQ position. But the whole point is to take advantage when you have the advantage. It's not about, it's not about being right. It's about making money. So don't worry about being right and what to do. Worry about just the money making part. Maybe it seems a little easier to me because it's taken me a long time to get to the point where I am. But the sooner you can get over that fact and get on with the boring process of making money, because in reality, trading should be boring. It really should be boring. You shouldn't have a blast. When you're having fun, you're probably doing something wrong. But then when you learn how to make money, it becomes fun when you do. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. That's my pep talk for the day. So the market is up today. You could argue we're a little extended. I wouldn't push back on that. Mention this resistance point on the Qs. Looks like we're stalling there. Again, small position sizes as we head lower. I've made one buy the other day here. I don't know if I bought them all the same day or not. I think I bought Tesla here. I actually sold it the next day. Then I rebought it on the way back up here and got a better fill. I kind of got lucky on that one, to be honest with you. But excuse me. Yeah. Just if we do bottom here, just have plans. Just know what you're going to get into. I'm looking for percentage gains from here, folks, is really what I'm looking to do. And that's my plan. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Have a good day. I will see you tomorrow. What is today? Tuesday? Yeah, today's Tuesday. So definitely I'll see you tomorrow on a Tuesday. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye-bye.